Simplify the following. So first we will have the numerator. This is 3a whole thing square. So the square need to apply to 3 and a. And we will get 9a squared over 4c to power 5. We'll change this to division to multiplication. Then we'll swap the fraction. So we'll get 12ac cubed over 15a to power negative 4. Notice that the power negative 4 is for value for a only. So in this case, negative 4 with a power negative, it means a will need to shift the position. So we'll keep this as 9a squared over 4c to power 5. Multiply. I'm keeping my 12c cubed, keeping my 15. But my a was originally, I had 1a in the numerator. A to power negative 4 shifted up, so it becomes another a to power of positive 4 now. And simplifying, we will have 9a squared over 4c to power 5 times 12a to power 5c cubed over 15. Okay, combining everything together, we have our numerator to multiply with our numerator. That will give me 9 times 12, 108. A squared times a to power 5, a to power of 7, c to power 3, over 4 times 15, 60. No a, so it's c to power 5. Let us simplify this. 108 over 60, that will give me 9 over 5. Then a has no other power, so it's a to power 7. C cubed and c to power 5. The numerator has 3, denominator has 5, so denominator has more. So c to power of 2. Solve the following equation. So for first one, we will have square root 7. What is a square root 7? Remember root a to power n m. This will be a division. A to power n over m. So in this case, if we have square root of 7, this is power 1. Square root is actually root 2. So this will be 7 to the power of half. So we will change this to 7 to the power of half. Okay, and we want them all to be the same base. So we will need to change this one, 49. 49 is 7 square. But outside there's still a 2, so there's still an x, so we need to multiply the x to it. And then we will get this one over here, 1 over 7. That is actually 7 to the power of negative 1. So remember, a to the power of negative 1 is 1 over a. Okay, so now we have everything in the same base. When there is division, the power subtract each other. A to the power m divided by a to the power n, that will be a to the power m minus n. So we'll combine this into the same base, but the power will minus each other. Half minus 2x will be equals to the other side, 7 to the power negative 1. So since the base are all the same, so we have half minus 2x to be equals to minus 1. There is a half over here. How do we get rid of the half? We multiply by 2. But I need to multiply by 2 to every single term. So times 2 times 2 times 2. That will give me 1 minus 4x equals to negative 2. Then we'll try to solve. Negative 4x will be equals to negative 3. Then x will be equals to 3 over 4. Answer. Solve the following equation. We'll need to try to make all these into the same base, and usually we'll always choose the smallest base so that we don't get confused whether is it 4 or 8 or 2 or whichever. So we'll change everything to the base 2. So 4 is actually 2 square, but we must remember there's a x minus 3 aside. We have multiplied to the whole of x minus 3 times 8 will be 2 to the power of 3. Remember that there's a 3x minus 1 outside. The 3 have to be multiplied to the whole thing. Now what is square root 32? 32, if you use your calculator or whichever and do your prime factorization, 32 is actually 2 to power of 5. So if we have square root 32, it will be square root 2 to power of 5. Okay, remember this power is 5, then the outside power here, square root is actually root 2. So this will be 2 to power of fraction 5 over 2. So this will be 2 to power of 5 over 2. Now we have convert everything, so we'll try to change them into one common base. So this one is multiplication. What do you do to the powers? You add up the powers. So this is 2 to power x minus, the 2 need to be multiplied in, so minus 6. Okay, and then plus, because it's multiplication, so the power add together, 3 times 3, this one will become 9x minus 3. And it will be equals to 2 to power of 5 over 2. Now all the base are the same, so we are left with the numerator. 2x plus 9x is 11x. Minus 6 minus 3, that will be minus 9, equals to 5 over 2. Okay, solving the equation, we will have 11x to be 5 over 2 plus 9. That gives me 23 over 2. Then dividing x by 11, the value divided by 11, that gives me 23 over 22, value for x. The world population in 2015 was recently estimated to be 7.26 billion. What is billion? Billion is times 10 to the power of 9. So then we have the total land surface area of the world, approximately 1.97 times 10 to the power 8 kilometers square. Express the world population 7.26 billion in standard form. So in this case, we already have our answer. So 7.26, the billion will be changed to times 10 to the power of 9. So this will be the answer. Part B, find the average number of people per kilometer square. What is the meaning of per kilometer square? It means I need to divide. So I take people divide by kilometer square. So our average number of people, is, take the total population 7.26 times 10 to the power 9. Okay, the billion. Per means divide. Kilometer square will be 1.97 times 10 to the power of 8. And then we key this into your calculator. 7.26 to the power of 9 over 1.97 10 to the power of 8. That gives me 36.853 in the 5SF. They say give your answer, round it off to the nearest whole number. So in this case, my answer will be 37 people per kilometer square. Okay, compound interest. Let us take a look at our compound interest formula. Compound interest formula is given by total amount equals to P, the principal, 1 plus the interest rate over 100 to the power of n, the number of times. Now this question here is a question where we need to work backwards, where the principal is not given. So let's take a look at our question. Mrs. Wong invested a sum of money in a bank for 30 months, okay, which offers a 3.5% per annum, meaning per year. Compound interest rate, compounded yearly. If this is compounded yearly, what we need to do to our 30 months? We will need to convert this to year. So later we need to convert this to year. And at the end of the 30 months, she received an interest of 1347.5. Notice this is just the interest, but in our formula, there's no interest. Our formula is total amount. How do we find the total amount then? Okay, find the sum of money that is invested. So I do not know the sum of money, which is I'm looking for P equals to what value. Now, the first thing that we need to start with, let's write down our data. We have our principal to be unknown, interest rate to be 3.5% per year. So this is already yearly because they want compounded yearly. But then our months, the time period will be 30, but 30 is months, so we need to change this to year. 1 year have 12 months, so 30 over 12, which gives me 5/2 year. Okay, so now then we start with our formula. Formula says total amount equals to P bracket 1 plus R over 100 to the power of N. But then we don't have a total amount, we only have an interest. How do we find the total amount? We need to add the principal plus the interest, and then we still do not know the principal. 1 plus R, the interest rate is 3.5%. The number of times is 5/2 years. Let's see what can we calculate. Okay, so I noticed that this whole thing is multiplied to P. I can calculate this whole number. 1 plus 3.5/100 to the power of 5/2. This gives me a number, a value, 1.0898. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 5 times of P. And this is 1 unit of P plus 1347.15. Okay, rearranging our units of P together over to one side. I'll probably shift over here so that I get a positive number. I'll keep this to be 1347.15. And then this one over here will be 1.0898 minus 1. So after I subtract, I'll get 0.0898 units of P. Now, how do I get P? I don't want the 0.0898, so I divide by 0.0898 on both sides. Then I will get my answer, 1347.15. Okay, I got P to be 15,15001.67 to the P, because it's dollars and cents money.